So hello everybody, welcome back. I am going to continue talking to you about fuel. Uh, this is the second part of the fuel issues, fuel Q&A, and all of that. I hope this information is helpful somehow, and um, you can grab a coffee and grab a pen and paper because you're going to probably need to write down a lot of things. And in the other video, I mentioned about why fuel cannot be just one category, but individually you have to put them like categories per se. So it's not just you dealing with fuel, it's you dealing with propane versus you dealing with diesel versus you dealing with gasoline and all of that. I explained that one. Then I explained the idiots versus the non-idiots. Idiots being the people that are against everybody else's rights and they want more regulation. Is because there is a fact, and that fact is that nobody is in the same mind condition or emotional condition as somebody else's, or economical condition, which means that a lot of people will be making stupid decisions in terms of storing the fuel and all kinds of things. So you can expect more government intervention and stuff like that, and it's going to be bad. Then I explained how the containers must adapt to the situation and must adapt to the stage that you are in. If you are in a stage 1, you are probably going to have a lot of problems, but you can manage. If you go to stage 2, then you can expect things never to be back to normal, as in like stage 0 or stage 1. It's just not going to happen. Then I explained that you are going to need to learn how to do bribing and a lot of other things, because this one is stupid, but it's the one that will cost you more in terms of time, resources, friends, family, and everything. So that one is bad. That one is the one that you have to manage, and you manage that one by taking care of very, very small details, because it's kind of like that will be like where the problem. Where does the problem with fuel start? It starts in the containers, whether it is the truck that is transporting the fuels to the gas station, or the container that you are storing the fuel in, and stuff like that. So small step by steps. The first step, where is the fuel in containers? So you gotta figure that one out. Now if you wanted to share a coffee with me, since now I'm going to continue with this video per se, then you can do that in the link down below. Thank you very much. I also have some books that are in Gumroad, and I just hope that you get a chance to look at them, and then they are helpful for you. Now, fuel for you. The last time I was telling you that you're probably going to be spending 40 times the amount of fuel that you're thinking, and then you're like, what do you mean? Well, like I said, you're going to a doctor, and you need to take an X-ray, okay, in the doctor. Then that machine needs maintenance, and it also needs a technician that will operate it, and then it also needs a program and printing and a lot of things that you do not see. But it needs people, and it needs resources. Those two things need fuel. If the technician cannot get to the machine, then there won't be a machine. So you having to go to take an X-ray, let's say that you went to the hospital, and in the hospital is the doctor that is taking care of you, so you are only making one trip. So basically you go there, you do one trip, and then you go home. Yeah, now not so much, because now since this machine won't work, or the technician is no longer there, or whatever, then you are going to be fetching That's the best way. That's the best word that I can come up with. You're going to be kind of like in a hunting scavenging hunt thing, trying to find out where is an X-ray machine that will work, one that has the technician and one that has, everything and that is working. Because, well, like I told you, if the technician is not there, then nobody can operate it. And so you will need to go another place. And then you're like, well, that means more fuel. And that also means more chances of you getting into trouble for a lot of other reasons that are going to, that are not relevant to this video. But the point is that you are now going to have to use social media into trying to find out where are you going to find an X-ray machine. And by the way, that one is a simple one. Try finding something that is specific for a brain or a knee or a part of your body that is weird or whatever. Yeah, that one is going to go insane. And then, let's say that you need something that requires a special liquid that you need to drink so that the machine will take proper pictures from you, because that also happens. If you go to the place, they will tell you that they have the machine, but you need to go and fetch yourself that liquid because they can't get it. Either because the trucks are no longer working, or because it's too expensive, or because the technician that fixes this thing into the proper refrigerator or whatever, it's no longer here, and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, you are responsible for getting that liquid. That means that you will have to go to, let's say 20 pharmacies trying to find out where you're going to get it. So you will need a lot of phone calls, you will be making a lot of trips, you will be, it's like, can you imagine what you're doing right now? With the people with the baby formula, they can't find it and they have to go everywhere trying to find it. Yeah, like I said, you need to do this beforehand by small things, like finding somebody in the inside of the supermarkets and the pharmacies and the gas stations and stuff like that, paying them, bribing them so that they can store this thing for you so that you don't have to go 40 places trying to find that same thing. Same thing will happen here. So you will need to share fuel with the people that is helping you out. Let's say that you have to find medicine for something, and then that medicine is very scarce. So whoever works in the pharmacy is your friend. They will say, hey, I need to get to the pharmacy so that I can so that I can work. If I don't go there because I can't get there, or I am late, or they fire me or whatever, then I am not going to be able to help you. And they're going to be like, okay, how about this? I'll save you the medicine. I'll hold it for you, like I will put it in my locker or something, or I will buy it for you or whatever. But you give me fuel so that I can get to my job. So basically you're just giving the fuel for free, literally, because the only thing that you're getting is the chance of you finding that thing, finding the medicine, or finding the liquid, or finding the technician, or finding whatever it is. And it's going to drive you crazy. By the way, we are doing that right now. And that is just stage 2 of this issue. As in, stage 2 means that if you have to stay 3 days in the line to try to go to your job, who is going to be in the car with you while you're supposed to be at work? See what I mean? So you will get fired. So you have to choose between how are you going to get to your job or getting fired. So you spending more than one night into that, it means that you're going to get fired. That means stage 2 of this problem, because people will be forced into choices that are too hard to make. And most people will be like, I can't get fired. Or people will be kind of like, okay, fine, I'm going to get fired, but I will get the gasoline and then I will just resell it, which, by the way, will happen. Every time that there is a scarcity thing, if you have to make the line and the line takes more than 1 day, if you have to stay 2 days there, that means that you just lost your job and you just lost every kind of opportunity. That means stage 2 is out. And that means that there is a black market for that and you won't be able to stop it, no matter what you do. And from that point, you can expect everything to be available in the black market and people quitting your job and then you handling a problem in your company. Because people will be kind of like, okay, if I stay here, working and making this much, but if I go and I stay 4 days in the line and then, I pay a little bit to the gas station guy or whatever, and I can get 100 liters of gasoline and I can sell them $20 more for each one, that means that I'm making $400, $500, $600 more than if I was at my job. And I don't have to do anything other than making lines. And then standing in line will be, it will be like a full-time job, and it will be created mafias. And for the diesel, it will be way worse. But for the public, the mafias might be manageable because they are small and they can't control everything because they know that if there is too much public involved, then you can't, because the pressure will be too much. They will call the police, there will be politicians involved, and no politicians wants to be involved into the mess. Like I told you with bribing, no one wants to be involved in anything that looks dark. Everybody will be kind of like, oh no, you are not. If there is a small mafia around that thing, it's going to be cut and it's going to go to jail and they're going to make an example out of them, especially politicians. So basically, this whole situation is going to be insane if it goes to stage 2. And at that point, you can expect, like I said, a lot of things. and it's going to be one of those things. And if you're saving fuel for you are not. Because if there is a scarcity for something else, you will need to help whoever is inside that company or whatever to help you out. Also, delivery companies are not going to deliver to houses anymore, because they're going to tell you, hey, because I can tell you right now that before the fuel problem, all the companies made delivery to houses. But now, as soon as the stage 2 was out, all the companies that were delivered it's kind of like you going to Amazon and saying, no, you need to pick it up. But no, you need to pick it up. I'm sorry, you need to pick it up. That's it. There will be only, the transportation will be like you, main warehouse, small warehouses, and that's it. You go to the small warehouse. And that's it. That's it. Whether it is 10 miles or 100 miles away from you, it won't matter. By the way, if you live in a small community, you're going to be spending way more fuel because all the warehouses and all the stores and everything will be only in main cities. And that means that small cities will get nothing. Like if I wanted to send a letter to several places that are, in the middle of nowhere, or they have like 5,000 or 10,000 or even 100,000 people, they're not getting anything. They don't even have banks anymore. They don't have banks, they don't have ATMs. It's because, you see, fuel is also affecting the delivery of cash. Or what? Do you think that, each bank has its own printing machine or something? Cash also needs to be transported. And that means that since delivery companies are not going to make it to, like I said, to houses or to small places, then it's only going to be made towards certain banks, and then all the other banks will close. And after the bank closes, that's it. You are never, ever going to get it back. I'm sorry, I haven't seen that happen. Even when there is fuel, even when there is cash, and even with everything going, they won't open anymore. The ATMs will also not be working anymore. They just won't. because the company will not take the risk, because they don't know if there is going to be another problem, and then they will have to shut down everything, and then it will be more expensive. It's kind of like, okay, I know that this guy is unstable, but oh yeah, I just want to marry him. What? Oh no, if it is, if it is unstable thing or whatever, you don't do it. I mean, unless you're crazy. And companies might be crazy, but not that crazy. So, no. And it's going to be bad. So if you're thinking fuel for you, no, you're going to be spending, like I said, let's say I'm going to be conservative and optimistic for you. If you're storing 100 liters, you are going to probably need 10 times that. Because, like I said, you're going to be sharing it with a lot of people, and you're going to be traveling way more than before. And it's going to be bad unless you do what most people like most people will go at this point, will be like, my car is too expensive, the fuel is too expensive, I'm not doing anything, so I'm hiring Ubers or taxis because it's cheaper. So if the taxi was $5, now you're going to pay 10, but you're like, yeah, $10, I don't care, just pay it because I don't want to deal with this, bullshit. I don't want to deal with this thing. And your peace of sanity and mind will cost you a lot of money. Because if you have your car and you were independent before, now you're not going to be independent anymore. Because you will depend upon taxis and Ubers and other things. Or you can spend several hours and several days in the fuel line, trying to see what you can do, and then, fixing the problem that you have, which is that you do not have the superpower of multiplying by 10 yourself, So you can't be at your school, your job, the gas station, the propane station, the water station, and then all the other things that you're going to be doing. So you will have to pick. You will have to pick your battles. The less money that you have, the harder the decisions are going to be made. And the more fuel you're going to need. Fuel or cash, or sometimes both. This is why, Venezuelans that have left this country 5 years ago come back here. They come back here with $1,500. And they're thinking, okay, $1,500 5 years ago, they are in their heads, they're stuck in time. And they go kind of like, okay, with $1,500 I can do this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Yeah, they spend 5 days here, and they go, oh yeah, I'm leaving. Oh yeah, I'm leaving, and I'm not returning. Because this country is worse than Jumanji. Yeah, that's because it's not the country per se, it's the system that is not, it is just non-existent. But the people need to move, and the people need to do everything. People need to survive, and I have told you before, the elementals that are natural, they are there. And then the elementals that are human created, you can do whatever you want with them. You can manage them. You can fix them. Because they are human, and they come from you. So if you are, in a neutral state or a normal state, the elementals that are human should work normally. But since everyone in the country is kind of psychotic and kind of mental, a kind of scarcity and kind of like scared and running and scared and things like that, the elementals will also be like that. So you will adapt. Because it's kind of like you either go with the flow or you die. And they will all become kind of like an emergency or an urgency thing. And it's going to be hard. So no. If you're thinking, okay, I'm going to store for me, no. And then, like I said, there are 4 stages. Actually, there are 5, but I'm not going to go into that. But in stage 3, things are way worse. In stage 3, you will now be dealing with mafias. See, in the beginning, like I told you, people will be like, okay, I'm going to pay more. In the second stage, people will be like, okay, I need more time. I need more time. I need to figure things out here because, I'm not going to be spending 5 days here. I need to be at my job. So I'm just going to hand the money to the gas guy or do this or do that. So it's kind of like you adapting to the fact that now these resources is going to be settled in terms of the cost and its value. It's like the market for this thing is changing, is shifting, because you're not paying with only money. Now you gotta figure something else to buy into this market or get it, because the time is not on your side. The supply will not be on your side. The demand will not be on your side. Nothing will be on your side. So if you want things on your side, you gotta give it something. And that something means mafias. And then, like I said, the stage 3 will not only be mafias involved, it will also be the government regulating everything. Because the government, like I told you, in stage 1, you're buying anything, nobody cares. Okay, it's more expensive, whatever. Stage 2, things are getting out of hand, it's too much time, and then because of this, 3 things will happen. Mafias will be formed, people will figure stuff out, and then, there will be black markets and stuff like that. And in this stage 2, the idiot like me will be kind of like, we need regulation because, oh crap, there is a fire every month. There used to be one fire every decade. Once every 10 years. But now it is, once per quarter or once per month. That just doesn't happen. So no, more regulation. And then there will be a first set of limitations, which will be kind of like, okay, you're not allowed to buy 100, you are allowed to buy, only the amount that you can take in your car. That will be the stage 2. You can only put fuel into your car. You cannot put anything else. And then the stage 3 will be people like, okay, I don't want it in my car. I want to store it because I don't want to spend 3 days in that thing. I want to do something else. So people will go even more crazy. Like, they will be using a hose, but instead of using like a pump or something, they will be, even just, sucking it with their mouth. And there will be, a lot of people that will actually drink gasoline. And there will be people that will drink the gasoline and then they will like it. And then they will become junkies. Oh yeah, that also happens. So now, you're in stage 3. Because you have fires. You have junkies, you have black markets, you have mafias, you have all kinds of things that are involved into this thing. And you don't know what you're doing. Honest to God, you don't know what you're doing because every single day, whatever worked yesterday, it won't work today. It just won't work. Because the conditions are completely, more weird because there are more regulations that you don't even know. Because in stage 3, the regulations will be, in stage 2, the regulations were like, okay, you are only taking what you can take in your car. In stage 3, the regulations are, okay, you're allowed to buy fuel once per week, depending upon the number in your license plate. You are allowed to take only this amount per month. If you go and buy more than 100 liters per month, you can't. And in stage 3, I'm going to tell you the worst, which is that in stage 3, governments, to make sure that you are only using the gasoline for your car, they're going to put fingerprint machines. Fingerprint machines in the supermarkets, in the gas stations, and everywhere you go. And here's the kicker of you being in stage 3. That one you can actually go back to because the companies will be kind of like, oh crap, I'm too pissed. I just don't want to do it anymore. Because the cashiers will quit. all of the cashiers, by the way, cashiers are making 5 times more money than anybody else. The cashiers will quit. Because here's the deal. You go and then you deal with somebody like my neighbor who, rest in peace because he died in November. Anyway, you go, you stay in the line for 2 days. You are doing everything right. You have the money, you have the cash, you have everything. But you put your fingerprint into the machine so that you can get the fuel. Except that the machine will not read your fingerprint because you are too old, because you are a guy, because, most men who, especially old men, they don't have fingerprints anymore. It's like they work all their lives, with mechanics or whatever, and then they don't have fingerprints. Or people who have accidents like burns or whatever it is, they don't have fingerprints. So the gas station guy, if there was no police and nobody involved, the gas station guy will be kind of like, okay, give me $10 and I'll pass you. But some people will be like, I'm not paying you, I have the right to be here or whatever. Yeah, you're out. That's it, you're out. Go, you're out. But I have no gasoline and yeah, I'm sorry, leave. I'm sorry, you have to leave because the machine will not read your fingerprint thing. Yeah, but you can do something. Yeah, but I just don't want to because you didn't pay me. Yeah, kind of like that. Or if there is police involved, because of this gas station is popular or whatever, then the gas station guy will be forced and tell you, I'm sorry, but the system will not let you buy, so you gotta go. And then, yeah, it's bad. That happened to my neighbor, like, God knows how many times. So he had to go to the black market, sometimes. Like buying things from a friend. A friend who had his fingerprint working, did the line for him. And stuff like that. So he had to pay with the friend. That also you can do. So for example, if you cannot stay in the line, because you're at your job, you can call your sister or your friend and tell them, hey, look after my car for 2 days or 3 days, and I'll share the gasoline with you, or I'll share the food with you, or I'll share whatever with you, because I need to be at my job, and or the freaking thing will not read my fingerprint, so please go for me, and stuff like that. That is what my neighbor did. In fact, sometimes, we needed to go, with him to try to get the gasoline and everything because, it was like a thing. Because the machine won't read his fingerprint. And here's the kicker. They will put this into pharmacies also and stuff like that. And this is insane because at this point, the system will have a record about what you buy. And it will tell you, for example, there were people here in the beginning that they put their fingerprint into the thing, into the machine. And they went to buy the deodorant, and the machine will tell them, you bought deodorant last month. You have to wait 3 days until you can buy deodorant again. And there was nothing the cashiers will do or anything nobody can do. Because if the system tells you, do not dispense whatever to this person, and you do it, yeah, like I said, you are risking a lot. You're risking getting fired, you're risking a lot of things, unless somebody changes the record about how much fuel you're getting, and then they're putting fuel to one side so that they can sell it and stuff like that. But it is a mess. That's why there will be mafias. Because you trick in the system, you don't do it one person, you do it by mafias. And it's going to be really hard. So then, at this point, they will also set up, other kinds of regulations in which you have to put your fingerprint. You are limited per week, once a week. Then you are limited the amount you're getting per month. Then you are also going to be into other situations, which is, for example, that since you are doing this for your car, yeah, then you must be the owner of the car in order for you to get the gasoline. Because you see, they realized that people were doing lines for other people and they were getting paid. So because like I told you, I have to be someplace else, I can't be in the line. So, it was kind of like that, and it's going to be bad. So people realized that this was being done, and there were people that were making money out of this thing and stuff like that. So the government decided that that was too much because there were people that were charging too much money and stuff like that. And there were people that were complaining, saying, I was asked for $20 by the guy who made the line in my case because I need to be at my job. $20 is too much, blah, blah, blah. So the government will be kind of like, oh, I'm sorry. You are paying somebody and that somebody is ripping you off? Yeah. Then nobody can be paid. Then that's it. If it's your car, you make the line. And if somebody else makes the line, they are not allowed to buy the fuel. So if I have a husband and our car is in his name and I am making the line and I spend 1 week, by getting the freaking fuel, yeah, they can tell me something like, yeah, I'm sorry, but this car is not yours. It's my husband's. Yeah, I'm sorry. We're not selling this to anyone other than your husband. Yeah, but my husband is not here and it's my car. It's my car, it's my husband thing. Yeah, sorry. You are out. What? You're out. Because it's your husband's car. He needs to be here. And you're like, what? Yeah, kind of like that. Also that happened in a lot of places. When that one started to happen, oh my God, when that one started to happen, I swear it was roughly, we were very, very, very close to be into stage 4. But people, especially women, oh my God, women were so pissed. Like, oh my God, oh my God, you should, if you think men are bad when they are doing a riot, oh my God, you should see women. Oh crap. I swear, between the riots caused by men in the gas station versus the riots caused by women, ooh. I would rather be in the men's. It was that bad. So the women went nuts. The women went completely crazy, and they actually, some women were so pissed that they actually, brought Molotov, like the bottles, and they said, I'm burning this goddamn thing down if you do not sell me the thing, because that goddamn car is my husband's. And he's not going to lose his job because of you. Oh, crap. Oh, no. It was bad. And oh, crap. No. You see, when women feel that they are attacking their territory, see, women tend to run. But when we make a stand, we're way more fierce than men. No. And it was insane. So we didn't go to stage 4. Which was, even more rationing than before. It was like, no, women stopped it. And it was bad. Stage 4 will be you being a slave for your things, because you will have to pay more taxes, you will have to pay everything on your own, meaning you cannot ask anyone to help you. In stage 4, you cannot ask anyone to be doing the same thing for you, meaning you will be forced into multiplying yourself or choosing between food or this or that, which means that you are going to have to beg to the government to give you whatever they want as a handout. Because you won't be able to buy it, not because you don't have the money, but because you cannot be at 3, 4, or 4 places at the same time. When that one almost got implemented, that one was like a river thing. Women stopped it because we didn't want our husbands or our sisters or our fathers or whatever to put into that position, because we are a team. And you see, when you're dealing with guys are different. Guys are like, yeah, you're on your own. But women don't. Women are like, oh no, you are not messing with my tribe. It's my freaking tribe. You can mess with me all you want, but you're not messing with my tribe. Because women are more into support. Women are more into like the group thing. Women are more cohesive. If you go to a gym and stuff like that, you will find that women are more, emotional and stuff like that. But men are not. Men are like, yeah, cool, whatever, It's kind of like that. So women did not allow it to happen. So if you have strong women in your country, maybe, and they stand up like that, you won't go into stage 4. But you might. And if you do, oh crap, if you do, good luck. Good luck. I swear, just good luck. Oh, by the way, stage 5. Yeah, that one is here. The new law that is being made. By the way, this one already passed. I'm going to mention this again. This one already passed, and it's about your politicians. And this one is regulations. Way, and I do mean way beyond what I just mentioned from stage 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And this one is because of the, it's like an environment quota thing. So it's like a carbon footprint thing. If you, personally buy this much meat or this much thing or whatever, you will get a certain quota of the carbon footprint thing. It's your fault that there is a carbon footprint thing. So you are allowed to only buy from 100 liters that were set up in stages 2 or 3. Now you are allowed to buy, you already consumed, 80 something. And you're like, but I didn't buy it, I didn't get it, I didn't whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry, you already consumed it, because we are going to take it out of the food and the things that you are consuming. Because, you buying meat and you getting this, or you traveling, or you not using the bus, or you using your car or whatever, you already spent all of that fuel without buying it. And then you're like, what? Yeah. By the way, that one is happening in Australia, in some Asian countries, and in Europe. I do not know if they're going to implement it in the US and Canada, but so far as I can tell, they already have. It's a global thing that they are doing. They are going to count. In fact, in this count, how much time you spend in a computer, how much electricity you consume, how much time you shower, and how much of these things, you are doing, and whatever the environmental people think is a proper amount. If you shower for more than 10 minutes, or more than 8 minutes, or more than whatever it is that they are setting up as the quota that you can take daily, or weekly, or monthly, or whatever, then all that extra fuel or things like that will be taken out in your account, in the fuel. And then you're like, no, oh, you have seen nothing, right? You have seen nothing. You should see. By the way, this one is kind of, this one you probably want to do your own research, depending upon where you are. Because depending upon how crazy the groups that want to save the environment, how much influence they have in your area, and by the way, this will give them so much bad public image to the people that are actually trying to do something, like saving some animals or whatever. And this one is going to, if you were thinking that you had division before because of the topic with the medicine thing, or the fuel thing, or the other thing, oh yeah, wait until you see this one. Because this one is not being even taught or talked about at all in certain groups. And by the way, there are some people, journalists, that are researching into this thing. You should probably read about it. And there are people that have even, I think that there have been 2 or 3 books that have been published into this topic, I think. or maybe they are downloaded or something like that. I don't know, but the point is that this one is like that. So you know, if you do something too much, you can get this much from your quota that has been already established in previous stages. So the idiots like me, yeah, our idea about, you know, having our rights kind of limited, I didn't say eliminated, I said limited. But now it's not limited, it's just eliminated. They kind of sound the same, but they're not the same. And because there were idiots that, you know, there were non-idiots that were doing everything wrong. There were idiots like me that were asking for regulation, and then everyone, the government took everything out of hand. Now this is the result. We in my country are in stage 3. We have not gone to stage 4. Thank God. And I do not know if we are going to go to stage 5 because, yeah, it's Venezuela. What, you know, come on. We already are used to the idea of bribing. There is no internet here that works all the time. I mean, I have even mentioned in one of the videos that I spent 26 days without internet. So when you have a country that doesn't have, you know, internet and doesn't have a lot of things that make the system work, then you can't make the system work. It doesn't matter how much money you put into it. If like I said, you can have all the freaking money in the world. If the system does not work, then you can't make it work because it's just money takes care of expenses. Money doesn't take care of problems. Problems are emotional, and they are mental, and they are, you know, I don't know, alien for all I know. And you know, and they will need a different kind of solution. And so you trying to implement something like stage 5 in here, good luck with that. I think that you will have better luck. I don't know, you will have probably better luck you trying to destroy a city with your bare hands. You know, you just can't. It's just not happening. You know, so this one, it's one of those things. But in the other countries, like Asia and all the other countries that have a lot of technology, and they don't have problems with power, and they don't have problems with the internet, and they have the 5G or 4G thing or whatever. Oh yeah, welcome. You just went from 0 to number 5. You didn't went to 1, 2, 3, or 4. You didn't know what to do. You didn't learn anything. Basically, you were a baby who were thrown into driving. Good luck with that. I'm sorry, but you know, I'm not joking. Like bad. I'm trying to tell you that there are ways out of these things, and the way that you are out of these things is usually by understanding your own strength, not just you, but the strength of the people that is surrounding you, and you understanding that cooperation is key into everything. If you don't learn these things, then you will be on your own. See, if you're prepping and doing everything on your own, you are in your head alone. And it doesn't happen like that, because you will be surrounded by people that are your way into the system. And that's why having that connection and having that understanding is the way out of everything. You can hate people all you want, but without people, you will be the system. And I have a thing to tell you. Rich people, extremely rich people, cannot make it work with all of the resources that they have. So what makes you think that you or me or anyone can do it alone? Or something like that? So, no. The best way to prepare is to figure how to make teamwork work and how to navigate into the things that we as humans are creating. Because none of these things, none of them, the lines, the bribing, everything, not one of those things exists in nature. They are all ours. And if they are ours, that means that we are in control one way or another. So figure which part you can control and which part you can make it with a team. And understand that from the beginning, so that nothing goes to stages that are not going to just pass, because people will stop them. We are the system. If you don't want it, then the system will have to adapt to whatever we actually want. Of course, the problem is how you're going to make it work. But if you're in a situation like Jumanji, then yeah, the monkeys will figure out.